Hi, welcome back. I am Paul Chartier. I've got two terrific people from Kentucky Radio I. Amy Hatter, the Executive Director.
Thank you so much for having us, Paul.
And personal friend, board member from Republic Bank, Rob Ruddock.
Thank you, Paul. Good to be here.
We've had you on before. It's been too long. Blame me. But a lot of things have happened since last time you were on. You dropped part of your name.
We did. We used to be Central Kentucky Radio I. We were Central Kentucky Radio I for 23 years, I believe. And a couple of years ago, we dropped the Central Kentucky part. So now we're just Radio I. And the reason we did that is because we cover the whole state now. We focus in Lexington, Louisville, and Eastern Kentucky, but we reach the entire state of Kentucky through a telephone system and online.
To take a step back and paint a broad brush about what you do, some people may not know what you do. It's fabulous what you do. Tell us what you do.
Well, we are Kentucky's only radio reading service, and we broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, the reading of printed news and material like the Lexington Herald Leader, the Louisville Courier Journal, grocery ads, which are much more popular than you might think, health material, books, magazines, newsletters, anything our listeners want, we broadcast it to them. And our listeners are people who are blind, visually impaired, or have any disability that makes reading difficult. So that includes things like multiple sclerosis, severe arthritis, learning disabilities, just about anything that makes it hard to read or hold a newspaper or a book.
And Amy, are these two devices the only ways they can receive the program?
It is not anymore. Whenever we first started back in 1990, we were radio only. And this is a type of radio called a subcarrier authorization, or SCA radio. So it's a special radio that we buy pre-tuned. But in the past few years, we have really expanded the way we reach our listeners. Technology's changed so much. The way our listeners want to get our service has changed so much that we have the radios. We have internet radios for people who have internet in their homes but maybe don't have a computer, or maybe live with children and can't really work the computer. So we have internet radios. We have a new toll-free telephone number that a man out in Wingo listens to so far. So we're trying to get more people to know about that's a new way to listen. We partner with a telephone service called NFB Newsline and reach their 1,900 subscribers in Kentucky that way.
That's amazing.
We broadcast on our website, radioi.org. We also broadcast on a smartphone app called iBlink Radio. And we're just always looking to find new ways for people to hear us, because you know, there's so many ways I can read a newspaper. I can get the hard copy. I can get it on a tablet. I can get it on the website. I can go to Facebook and get the articles like that. Our listeners deserve the same amount of ways to get the news that, you know, you or I or Rob can read easily.
Before we go to Rob, give us the number of how many people statewide
we
enjoy your services.
We have 9,700 listeners statewide.
My gosh. And Rob, we've known each other for many good years.
Absolutely.
And you've been involved in this organization for a while. What touched you about Radio I?
To be honest with you, the first thing I saw was I had some friends of mine on Facebook were talking about how they were having a good time reading for Radio I. And I thought, you know, sounds like something I'd like to try, see if I can do it. And I went in perfect spot was opened up for me where I got to read the sports every Friday morning. So that's what I do. And I go in every Friday morning at 7:30, read for 24 minutes. It's not tough. In fact, we need a lot more people that would be willing to do that type of thing. Not necessarily at 7:30 in the morning, but we do have people recording at other times. And then after a while of being involved and getting involved in other events that Radio I did, that was when I ended up being asked to serve on the board, and that's been great as well.
You know, as people watch, everybody has a gift. They may not know they have the gift, but once they take the step and just make the phone call and go in and try it, all of a sudden And now you've been involved with this organization as a volunteer and now board member. How many years?
It's been about 2 years, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what will it take for you to leave the organization?
Oh, why would I?
That's
He's not allowed to, for
exactly,
one.
right.
He's not allowed to. We wouldn't let him.
And that's the great thing about maybe every city, but I don't live in every city. I live in Lexington. The great thing about this community, people are touched by something and just get connected, and that you could be affecting 9,700 people every Friday morning.
And with something as little as just reading the sports, which
Yeah.
I would want to do anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I'm really doing that and being able to help out a little bit as well.
For other people that are watching, what first steps would you offer to them to get involved in coming and helping out as well?
Well, you had mentioned the website, radioi.org. Reach out to us on that website. Give us a call. We would love to end up getting anyone involved that would be interested in coming in, just reading for us. Now, of course, just like any other nonprofit, we're always looking for donations as well. Sponsorships. We have a very large event coming up. It's a Signal Affair.
Yes, it is October 14th.
Okay.
And it's a casino night. And
Oh,
it's
fun.
The last one that we did was an incredibly good time.
Where is it held?
It'll be at the Lyric Theater.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
And it's going to be on a Friday night.
Uh-huh.
We're really looking forward to it. We had such a fun time last year. It was just a really great event.
Is alcohol involved?
Yes.
Then it's a great night. And you'll get great donations. So that's coming up in October.
Yes.
You need volunteers. In order to get volunteers, how many, by this being housed here and being enjoyed statewide, are all the volunteers from then this part of the state?
Currently they are, but we have some studio space in Louisville and Moorhead right now that we're trying to get a volunteer program built up. Lucy, my studio manager, she was actually in Louisville today.
I love Lucy.
Lucy, if you met her, she's great. I love Lucy. She's wonderful. She's also not allowed to leave. She
Well
knows
played.
this. But she was up in Louisville today doing auditions and first reads for our volunteers. All of our volunteers have to do an audition, by the way, in order to read for us.
Isn't it great that you're sitting on top of something that's just going to get bigger and better and better and just impact more people in a good way?
Yeah, well, I started at Radio I in 2008, and in 2008 we served about 3,000 people. So in 8 years, we have gained 6,700 listeners across the state, just because, you know, we went from just serving the Lexington area to serving Lexington and Louisville to serving Lexington, Louisville, and Southeast Kentucky to serving Lexington, Louisville, Southeast Kentucky, Moorhead, and also the rest of the state.
Do you get feedback from people?
We do. We do a listener survey every year of as many of our listeners as we can. So we base our program around what they tell us they want to hear. We add or take away programs based on that. We also do a survey of our volunteers and then also our donors, because without our volunteers and our donors, we would not be in existence, and we appreciate and love the support of volunteers and donors like Rob.
Right now you're located at the
Northside
library,
branch.
right? Which is a great facility, and it's modern and clean and nice, and you'd go there every Friday morning. How many volunteers do you have every week?
We have about 70 to 80 every week. It's about 200 a year, just there's some fluctuation. And last year, our volunteers gave us 8,600 hours of their time.
That is remarkable.
Yeah.
Nice people like Rob.
Oh, yeah.
And again, if people wanted to volunteer, they would just go on the website. Would they make a phone call?
They could call or email.
Okay.
And they would email Lucy. That's lucy.stone@radioi.org. We love Lucy.
We love
We all love Lucy.
Yeah.
You'll have to meet Lucy. You'll love her.
It could be a TV show.
Yeah. But
Finally.
so email or call. We do, like I said, an audition for all new readers.
Sure.
Just because we have to make sure that the quality's there for our listeners. If someone wants to volunteer but they don't want to be a reader, we have a lot of other volunteer opportunities too. We have, like all nonprofits, mailings all mailings all the time with newsletters and support letters, program guides, surveys. We have people who help us out on our sound equipment, who run the control board during live readings. And then we also have several committees that people can serve on.
You know, Paul, one thing, if you're looking to volunteer and you have a little bit of stage fright if you're on the radio, it doesn't have to be a live reading. Yeah. I record mine so I can always go back, rewind, fix all of the mistakes that you know I'm bound to make.
I heard you do the 1968 World Series live, and I thought, this has got to be taped.
It was incredible.
That's a couple years ago. I knew the outcome, and I wanted to make a bet, but I couldn't. So the pleas are, you need volunteers, but also you need people to participate with their charitable donations.
Yes.
And how does that normally happen?
Well, normally we have just a donation button on our website.
Oh, good.
It's donate.radioi.org, or if you just go to our main page and just click the donate button, it'll take you there. We also need sponsors for our event in October. For that, they would just contact me and we'll get them set up. The information on that is on our website as well, but we can customize packages for however a corporation wants it to be. And then, you know, just the normal checks in the mail are always welcome. I love coming into my office and seeing a stack of envelopes that I know I get to write thank you letters for.
You know, no nonprofit can live without donations and volunteers. And to you and all the volunteers, thank you.
Thank you.
But it also requires a team to have the passion every day to walk in and get excited about what you do, to know that there are 9,700 people in this state that may not or cannot get their news other than through one of your machines.
And for me, it's very personal. My grandfather's one of our listeners, and actually tomorrow's his 82nd birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And he got to come to our volunteer appreciation.
And is someone going to say happy birthday to him on the radio tomorrow?
You know what, we're gonna, yeah.
Do you not have birthday shout outs?
We don't unless people request it.
Yeah.
We know the birthdays of all of our listeners, or at least all the ones we have contact information for, but we don't wish them happy birthday because some people don't want.
Not the year,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll wish him happy birthday, and then I'm going down to Casey County with Baskin-Robbins ice cream cake that he really wanted.
That's great.
So I get to see him, and I'm excited about it. But the service, he's had it for 2 years now, and it's just changed him. He lives alone mostly, and he's older. But yeah.
Don't get teary-eyed.
Okay.
That'll happen tomorrow. Amy, thank you for providing this fabulous and valuable service to all these folks around the state and for really making this thing grow. Shorter name, more people, makes sense to me. And Rob, to you, a friend of mine, knowing that you help steer this ship and keep it going, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the shot of Rob before all the sleepless nights, and then we'll have you on after and see what you look like in about a year after your child is a few
Baby
months
is
old.
due November 3rd.
Congratulations, Rob.
Thank you.
You know, I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul Chartier. Go to the website, make a difference. It's not hard to do. You will not regret it. Thanks for watching Heart of Gold.